Welcome back, sports fans, to another edition of Inside the Zone with Matteo. If you're checking your calendars, you know I usually drop my long-form videos on Thursdays, but today we're coming to you a day late here on Friday, July 11th, 2025, but it's for a very, very good reason, as we got a new mic. As you probably can tell, the audio game is getting leveled up here on Inside the Zone, and we've got a massive show to kick off your weekend for today. First, we're diving deep into the NBA, starting with the groups for this year's NBA in-season tournament, which were just released this Wednesday. You know I've got my opinions on where the T-Wolves landed and how I see things shaking up out in the end of December. Speaking of the Timberwolves, I'm also going to be recapping their first Summer League game, which was live on ESPN2 yesterday afternoon. I'll break down exactly what I saw from these young players as they debuted in Vegas. Then we're transitioning to baseball as we head to the MLB All-Star break, starting off with the Home Run Derby on Monday, followed by the All-Star game on Tuesday. But we'll also have to talk about that scary moment on Wednesday afternoon where Twins All-Star Byron Buxton was hit in the hand and exited the game. We'll get into his status and see why it's so important, as he's scheduled to participate in the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game. And also, this is a special All-Star selection, as it will be taking place in his home state of Georgia. I'll give you a full prediction and preview of the Home Run Derby. We'll give a preview of the All-Star rosters. And, we'll see who I have winning the Derby and who's claiming bragging rights in the All-Star game. Is it going to be the NL or the AL? And also, by the way, I'll be holding myself accountable. Come to next week's long-form video, and I will see how my predictions did for that Home Run Derby. Finally, we'll close out the day as taking a look at the Twins as they approach the break, just a few games out of the wild card spot. We're going to give them a vibe check and discuss if this team is legitimately a playoff contender. So much to get into today's show. So let's get into Inside the Zone with Matteo, July 11th, 2025. Let's go. All right, so let's start things off with the NBA in-season tournament. So the NBA has officially dropped the groups for the 2025 in-season tournament, and we finally have our first look at the road ahead for the all 30 teams. Released this Wednesday, the draw has already sparked some intense debate on which groups are in the groups of death and which teams got the easiest path. Here in the Twin Cities, we've keyed in on the Timberwolves placement in the West A group, or Group A group, alongside the Oklahoma City Thunder, Sacramento Kings, Phoenix Suns, and Utah Jazz. I'll give you my immediate reaction to the draw, breaking down the key matchups the Wolves will face, and offer my initial prediction on who's going to make a run at the NBA Cup this fall. So, without further ado, let's meet the groups. Am I right? All right. Starting off with Group East A. So there's obviously 3 groups in each conference, and this is the first East Group A. As you can see on your screen, we have the Atlanta Hawks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, the Toronto Raptors, and the Washington Wizards. The Cavs obviously on paper look like the healthiest team right now, and best team in this group. But obviously when you have the Wizards and Raptors, anything can happen, because the Wizards, they could shock everybody and do well, but I don't think they're going to do very well in this tournament. Neither will the Raptors. So you have those 3 teams, the Hawks, the Cavs, and also, of course, the Pacers. Also, mind you guys, if you don't remember how this NBA Cup works, Each group winner advances to the next round, to the knockout stages of the round, and then there are 2 wild card teams. It could be 2 from the West or 2 from the East or 1 of each, and it's just the 2 teams with the best record other than these division winners. So we could see 3 of the Group A, East A group make it to the knockout rounds, but obviously it's usually just the division winner, and then there's 2 lucky teams. Obviously, this tournament is also beginning Halloween night, which is kind of cool. You'll see that in every little picture I show right here because it says tournament tips off October 31st. So I mean, okay, so Atlanta did reach the NBA Cup quarterfinals last year, which was actually kind of crazy. They've also been very busy this offseason, adding Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kristaps Porzingis, Luke Kennard, and a bunch of more weapons. I'm going to be very interested to see what Atlanta does, because these are just, you get 4 games of group play and then the knockouts. There's going to be no Tyrese, probably. Tyrese Halliburton will probably not be playing in October and November. So I feel like the Pacers, we just got to kind of rule them out. No offense to Siakam and company, but I just think without Halliburton, you're not going to be able to pull off the dub. So yeah, it's going to be between Atlanta and Cleveland. I think if both teams stay healthy, it could be an interesting group. I think I'm going to give Cleveland the slight upper hand in this one just because they are Cleveland. They started the season 15-0 last year. They won a lot of games last year. Yeah, 64 games to be exact. And I think Cleveland could be very, very dangerous in these playoffs. So I'm going to give them the nod to win this group. Next is East B, and that's the Celtics, Nets, Pistons, Magic, and 76ers. Detroit and the Orlando Magic have both added some good, both have had some very, very good draft picks over the last couple of years. They made some good picks in the Cooper Flag draft that just happened a couple of weeks ago. So they're both very young and they're looking good. Y'all, you say, oh, Boston's just going to win, but guys, Tatum is going to be out. He's not going to be playing in October, I don't think. Probably even not over November. So Jaylen Brown, yeah, it's going to be Jaylen Brown and Derek White because they had to get rid of Jrue Holiday. They had to get rid of Porzingis. They had to get rid of 2 out of their 5 starting 5 from this upcoming year. The past year. And then Tatum's not going to be out. So you only have 2 out of your 5 starters, meaning like guys like Luka Garza, they're going to get some playing time in Boston. And I just don't think they're going to be at that level to compete in the NBA Cup this year. Brooklyn's a mess. So then you have those 3 teams, Orlando, Detroit, and Philly. If you saw my way too early NBA prediction video, I did say the Magic were going to have a pretty good year. I also think Detroit might have a little bit of a bounce back year from losing in the NBA playoffs, and they're going to want to win. But then Joel Embiid and VJ Edgecombe. VJ Edgecombe. He's looking pretty solid in the summer league, and that's why they drafted him 3rd overall. I could see either of these 3 teams winning the group, but injuries are going to play into the factor. Like say Tatum comes back, but even if he comes back, I don't know if he's going to be at that level he was at. And I mean, kind of the same thing here with the 76ers. Paul George and Joel Embiid just keep getting hurt, that it could be VJ Edgecombe being that star. So I'm going to give it, I think, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. I think Franz Wagner? I know it's Franz, Paulo and Franz. I think I might give it to the Orlando Magic. The final East group. Can y'all guess who it is? It's East C. It's the remaining teams: the Hornets, Bulls, Heat, Knicks, and Bucks. The Bucks are, I don't know what's going on with the Bucks right now, but they're not going to compete to win the group. I don't think they could even compete for a wild card spot. The Bulls are not in that spot. The Heat they have Bam Adebayo, and that's pretty much it. I just don't see them beating the Knicks, and I think the Knicks go 4-0. In the Hornets, yeah, with LaMelo, they could maybe beat the Knicks, but yeah, I think the Knicks. This is the easiest group in the play-in tournament groups, the NBA Cup groups. Knicks win easy, I think, in this group, and we'll be on to the next round with, Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns and company. Now let's get to where the real competition starts, because I think, obviously, one team can come out on top, and it's going to be a dogfight between your Minnesota Timberwolves and the reigning NBA champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder. They do not go away. The Timberwolves-Thunder rivalry is going to be an interesting rivalry these next couple years. You got faces of the leagues, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander against Ant-Man, who could arguably be also the face of the league. I'm sorry, Phoenix, Utah, and Sacramento. You guys are just not at the level these two teams are. The winner, I think, both teams, whoever beats the other person. So, if the Timberwolves beat the Thunder, they're going to win that group. If the Thunder beat the Timberwolves, they're going to win that group. But I do think one of these teams, the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Oklahoma City Thunder, whoever doesn't win the group will be a wild card team. I do believe that is very accurate. It's just going to be very, very interesting to see what happens there. Yeah, sorry, Sacramento. Sorry, Utah. Sorry, Phoenix. You're in probably the hardest group with two of the top teams in the NBA. Moving on, we got West Group number 2, West B, with, you kind of just look at that and you see, okay, Memphis is probably not doing anything. Pelicans aren't doing anything. I mean, okay, maybe the Grizzlies. Grizzlies can maybe sneaky, but I just think you look at the Mavericks. Guys, I know LeBron could be traded, but LeBron and Luka in clutch moments like the NBA Cup could be interesting to see. But then you also got Kawhi in LA with the Clippers. And then obviously, just Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and company in Dallas. I think Dallas wins this one. And then, I think Dallas wins this group. It's pretty self-explanatory because Cooper Flag looks good. Oh, yeah, the Lakers added DeAndre Ayton, if that's going to do anything. The final group is where, this might be the hardest. Just because the T-Wolves and the Thunder are going to be fighting so much, but 4 out of these 5 teams could win the group. You got Jokic and the Nuggets, Curry and Butler and the Warriors, KD on the Rockets, and Wembanyama on the Spurs. I do not know who wins this. I'm sorry, West B. I think it's going to be the Mavericks winning, and then you're going to get 2 out of these teams from West C, and then 2 teams from West A. Sorry, East, you're just not as good as the West. The West is just completely loaded. I don't know if I can make a good decision here who's going to win or not, but I think the 2 best teams overall in this group, now, KD could do something crazy. I did put them at a contender spot in one of those rankings. But I think for now, I think it's going to be Golden State and the Denver Nuggets. Don't know who's going to win. The Spurs might be NBA Cup champions next year. Like, not this upcoming year, the following year. Like, when they get a new group. I think that they're almost there, but they just got to build a little more. Steven Castle needs to develop a little bit. Wemby's going to be phenomenal. He's recovering from a blood clot. Guys, he didn't even play like half the year because of blood clots. And the Spurs did pretty good without him, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I think Jokic and Curry move on to the next round. So with that, we're going to do one more little basketball thing. Okay? One basketball. Okay, guys, I'm chilling. The Summer League, right? The Summer League. Let's talk about the Summer League. Well, it is officially Summer League season in Vegas, and the Minnesota Timberwolves did get off to a strong start yesterday, taking down the New Orleans Pelicans 98-91. You're seeing some of the stats right there. The game was broadcasted live on ESPN2, the only Timberwolves game that will be on TV. While Summer League is always about player development and finding hidden gems, we saw some exciting action from the Wolves' young core. I watched most of the game, really focusing on how our rookies and second-year players are looking early on. I'm gonna start sharing some of my takeaways from their performance, highlighting who impressed, who struggled, and of course what this first game revealed about the depth and future potential of the Minnesota roster. And let me just tell you, I was impressed. The Wolves might have the best young group in the NBA. They're looking really good. As you see, Terrence Shannon here. Let me find the points here so y'all can. You probably found it by now. It was kind of, but it's in this column right here. Terrence Shannon Jr. 20 points. 2 3-pointers made out of 9 attempted. Leonard Miller did not make a single 3-pointer, but he had 20 points, but he was a -5. Interesting. Johan Baron J. It's Baron J, I think, in French. This is the guy we drafted in the first round. 11 points is good, right? Yes, that is very good. You know what's also good? 6 blocks is very, very good. 2 steals is also very, very good. He had a total of 8 rebounds and 1 assist, so his stat line was 11, 1, and 8, with also 6 blocks. He did not attempt a 3-pointer. He was 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. He was 5 out of 6 from the floor. He played almost 23 minutes, but 6 blocks in 23 minutes. Johan Baron J. I really, really like it. Jalen Clark had 8 points. Rob Dillingham had 15. Jesse Edwards and Amari Bailey both had 7. Tristan Newton had 1 free throw made. He ended up with 1 point. Rocco, we got in the KD trades. It was weird, but we got him. He played about 4 minutes and 2 points. And then Jamal Cain played 18 minutes and scored 7 points. 2 points. 7 points. But Terrence Shannon and Johan Baron J definitely stole the show. My goodness. They just really, really, really impressed me. I don't care what you say if it's a Summer League game and it doesn't matter. Hey, these guys were taking it like it mattered. And it was just really fun to see. And what's kind of crazy is the Pelicans have one of the higher rated younger teams because they are bad. They're rebuilding right now. And that's what kind of happened to them when they faced the Timberwolves. Here are some of the players that didn't play. You got it. They're all there. But the Pelicans have a very good I mean, hey, we only beat them by 7 points, but it could have been more. Obviously, they kind of threw a bunch of players in at the end, and it was kind of competitive. But 31 minutes from Terrence Shannon. He scored 20 in 31 minutes total. I'm just looking at the playing time. Baron J, almost 23 minutes. You get 6 blocks in 23 minutes. I don't think Gobert even averages that. Baron J is really, really. I was really impressed with him, and I really, really hope we see more of him. I mean, he'll play more of the summer league, but I really hope we get some action as a Wolf. Throw him in. Throw him in when you need Gobert to get a rest. I think he could definitely do that. You got 2 Frenchmen at 7 feet tall. You can not have Nas get undersized at the center spot. They were having him play center off the bench. So put him at the power forward. There he'll get some more threes. Because you have to kind of shift everything. You lost Nickeil Alexander-Walker, so now your bench is kind of looking like, I don't know. Well, I actually don't exactly know, because I don't know if you're going to have Conley be the point guard, if you're going to have DiVincenzo be the point guard. But say Conley stays as the point guard, starting point guard. You get Dillingham at the 1. DiVincenzo, no, I don't like that. No, yes, I do. I do like that. Okay. Dillingham at the 1, Shannon at the 2, DiVincenzo at the 3, Nas at the 4, and then Baron J at the 5. That's what you can do with the bench. Obviously, Finch likes to mix it around. He doesn't like to have a full starter and full bench group. The starters will probably be Conley, Ant, McDaniels, Gobert, and Randall for now. But you could see some switches where like you play Dillingham, or you put Ant at the 1 and put Shannon at the 2, Baron J at the 5, and then Randall, Nas 4. Then you kind of put McDaniels or DiVincenzo at 3. But you have a bunch of different options there, and this group just looks talented. So Shannon, Miller is he's gonna be on the roster. I think Baron J, Clark, and Dillingham and Shannon are obviously gonna get more playing time than Miller. But those 5. Some good bench players for your Minnesota Timberwolves. And I think you should be excited of what we saw yesterday on ESPN2. And, hey, those announcers, they were loving it. They were loving it. You know what they are also loving, ESPN? They're loving Byron Buxton, okay? They are loving Byron Buxton. So, as baseball's gearing up for the All-Star break, the Twins fans are also gearing up for this All-Star break. But they have a different focus a little bit in mind than the ESPN or the just the normal baseball, because they're focusing on Monday's home run derby. Mostly because Byron Buxton is eligible to play in the home run derby. He is one of the chosen people to play in and compete in that home run derby, and will also be playing in the All-Star. So there's a lot of the All-Star game. There's a lot of excitement for these Twins fans, and they're just hoping he can play because of a stupid injury. He got hit in the hand. He did get hit in the hand. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Got hit in the hand and left the game Wednesday afternoon. Did not play Thursday. And is questionable to play tonight. I haven't looked at the latest. Let me see if I can find the latest. Yeah, we might. So it is. It's 4:30 Central Standard Time as I'm filming this right now. The game is at 7:10 our time, so we're about 3 hours away. They should have it. So I can tell you for a fact if he's in this lineup or not. And I saw it, and I think I went past it. Did I go past? Oh, there. I saw it again. Byron Buxton is playing tonight. He will be playing in the All-Star game. He will be playing in the Home Run Derby. Byron Buxton is leading off for your Minnesota Twins tonight against the Pittsburgh Pirates to close out the the first half of the season. Well, there's a series, but it's like the last series before the All-Star game. Yeah. So, never mind. We don't have to really talk about that because the left-hand contusion was the test. The X-ray he took was negative. It's not broken or anything. It hit the guard that he wears on his hand. Good for him. He's back in the game tonight. He'll get some practice in before that, where he needs to hopefully show up, hit some homers, win the Derby, hit a home run in the All-Star game, make a sick catch, maybe steal a bag or whatever, and Byron Buxton should enjoy himself going into the All-Star games. But who else is joining him? Who else is joining him in Atlanta, Truist Park? Well, I'll tell you. We got the American League starters. Obviously, last week we did the video, the long form. It was me reacting to the starters that got released. So we know who it is. It's Cal Raleigh, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Gleyber Torres. But we do have a new guy, Junior Caminero, got replaced. I don't remember who the third baseman was, but he replaced. There's been a lot of replacements because of injuries, but he replaced. It's Tampa Bay's third baseman. Then Jacob Wilson from the Athletics, making his first ever shortstop All-Star appearance, playing shortstop. Judge, Green, Baez in the outfield there, and then Ryan O'Hearn will be the DH. But the reserves is what we care about. Who else got it? Angelo Kirk, the catcher backup. The infielding backups are a lot of people. Here they all are, and I will read them off as followed. Jonathan Arenda, Alex Bregman, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Brandon Lowe, Zach McKinstry, Isaac Paredes, Jeremy Pena, and Bobby Witt Jr. The outfield replacements, Bobby Witt Jr., not Bobby Witt Jr., Byron Buxton, my bad, Stephen Kwan, Julio Rodriguez, and Brent Rooker is the DH reserve. For the AL, they're starting pitchers. The pitchings I don't always get how it works because there's nine innings. You really usually just get 9 pitchers. So not all of these players will play, but they are still all-star selections. Hunter Brown, Chris Bublik, Garrett Croquette, Jacob deGrom, Max Fried, Yusei Kikuchi, Casey Mays, Carlos Rodon. Joe Ryan was named as a replacement for one of the other starting pitchers, so he will be an all-star. Tarek Skubal, who will be the starting pitcher for the first inning. Shane Smith and Brian Wu. If they have that little thing, the plus sign to it means they were added because there was an injury. So there's your group of starting pitchers for the AL. I really, really like it. I like that Joe Ryan gets to it. He's had an all-star first half. He really deserved it. I like Tarek Skubal. There's a lot of good pitchers here on this list. Now, moving on to the relief pitchers. I don't even know if they're going to get much time, but you got Aroldis Chapman, Carlos Estevez, Josh Hader, and then Andres Munoz from Seattle. Who's his face? Emmanuel Clase was supposed to play, and I think that's why Estevez is replacing him because of injury. The NL starters, as we know, are Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Ketel Marte, Manny Machado, Francisco Lindo, Ronald Acuna Jr., Pete Crow Armstrong, Kyle Tucker, and Shohei Ohtani. The reserves, Hunter Goodman, Pete Alonso, Ellie De La Cruz, Brendan Donovan, Matt Olson, Eugenio Suarez, Corbin Carroll, Kyle Stowers, Fernando Tatis Jr., James Wood, and Kyle Schwarber. They all are deserving all-stars, a lot of first-timers, but I really like it. I love Pete Crow Armstrong. He's really impressive. The Twins just played the Cubs. He's been impressive. They did take 2 out of 3 out of the Cubs, but hey, he's looking good. And then the pitchers, a couple of replacements here. Andrew Abbott, Matthew Boyd, Mackenzie Gore, Clayton Kershaw, we're going to get back to him, Freddie Peralta, David Peterson, Robbie Ray, Chris Sale, Paul Skeens, who the Twins are facing tonight, Logan Webb, Zach Wheeler, and Yoshobu Yamamoto. Back to Clayton Kershaw. The Legends pick was analysts and stuff kind of picked him because he did reach 2,000 strikeouts, so he deserves to be an All-Star for that. He wasn't actually voted in, but they made him get in because he deserves it. Jason Adams, Edwin Diaz, Trevor McGill, Randy Rodriguez, and Robert Suarez round out the relief pitchers for the NL, and there's your complete 2025 All-Star rosters. They're looking interesting. I feel like they could go either way. I'm going to give the slight upper hand to the AL as normal just because I think Byron Buxton, Joe Ryan, I think Buxton's going to make a key play or something, and I'm just really excited for it. I really love All-Star games. Yes, they don't mean anything, but hey, MLB is one of the sports that actually get the All-Star game right, and the players actually try, which I love. So, yeah, it's going to be a good day, Tuesday night. But before Tuesday, the home run derby. We're not playing the sound bites of this. We're just showing you the players. You can make out some of them. Audio quality is not the best right now, but there's Buck. There's Buck Chuck. Onel Cruz, etc. There's, I believe, 8 of them. But we do now know who is all going to be in this 2025 T-Mobile Home Run Derby. It will take place Monday. Oh, there's a nice little picture of them all. I like it. There are 8 of them. Yep, there are 8 of them. But yeah, it will take place 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN at Truist Park in Atlanta. So who's the first one? We're going to introduce you to him. Ronald Acuna Jr. He has 11 home runs, but that's a lot. He didn't play his first game until, May 23rd, as he was finishing rehabbing from his season-ending left knee injury in 2024. But he's been on a, quote, absolute tear since rejoining the Braves. Acuna launched a projected 467-foot homer in his first at-bat of the season and went deep 9 times in his first 28 games. Yeah, see some of those stats there against the Padres. This will be Acuna's 3rd time competing in the home run derby. Oh, Pete Alonso beat him both trips. Cool. He's going to aim to become the 4th player to win the derby in his home park. They've been achieved by the Nationals' Bryce Harper, Reds' Todd Frazier, and the Cubs' Ryne Sandberg. Coming up next to the plate, Cal Raleigh. He basically broke all the records for a catcher with hitting home runs. He's the current leader in the MLB for home runs at 36, and he just kind of deserves to be here. I'm just going to kind of fly through these. Next up, James Wood has 24 home runs for the Nationals. He has hit one 451 feet. Wait, what was the Cal Raleigh's longest hit? 440. So it's actually not as long as the 467 right now. 6'7". Next up is Buxton. His longest. Oh! Okay. Byron Buxton has 20 home runs. His longest home run of 2025 is the largest so far, with 479 feet against the Rangers June 11th. That was crazy. And that was not even off at the fastest pitch he's hit for a home run. Obviously, he grew up in Baxley, Georgia. It's about 190 miles southeast of Atlanta. It's just very, very nice to see him healthy and being able to do this in his not his home ballpark, but like, you know what I mean. The ballpark he grew up going to games at, you know what I mean? Yeah, we know what we mean. Buxton's going to be the 8th different twin player to compete in the Derby, and the first since Miguel Sano lost to Aaron Judge in the 2017 finals. Justin Morneau was in the contest 2007 and 2008. and won it in 2008, although his victory at Yankee Stadium was overshadowed by an all-time performance by Rangers' Josh Hamilton. Oh, now Cruz has hit 16 home runs. He hit 463. I really like now. There he is. He's a fun player from the Pirates. We're going to see him here in St. Paul tonight. Junior Caminero for the Rays. He hit 23. He hit 425 feet. June 30th, just a couple days ago against the it's against the Athletics, boys. That's not saying anything. I'm kidding. They all deserve to be here. Junior Caminero. Brent Rooker, 440 feet against the Angels. Okay, cool. He's hit 19 home runs so far. Jazz Chisholm's. I did not know Chisholm was playing. Dude, I don't know about that one. He hit 442 feet as his longest home run. Has 17 home runs. I don't know why Judge isn't playing. Judge and Ohtani lead the almost. Besides Raleigh, it's I don't know how. Were they voted? I feel like they were voted. I think they were all voted in by people. So it's just kind of. I don't know. Wouldn't you want to see Ohtani and stuff fight? I don't know. I think I would, but that's just me. Well, who I think's going to end up taking this home run derby? Well, we're going to use the MLB.com, the pick'em. Who will take home the title? Competing, you could win $100,000. Yep, I don't really care. But it's just the best thing to say who's going to take first place. So out of these all, who's going to win? I'm going to try to fit the screen so you can see all their names. There we go. Ronald Acuna Jr., Byron Buxton, Junior Caminero, Jazz Chisholm Jr., James Wood, Brent Rooker, Cal Raleigh, O'Neill Cruz. I don't know. Let's think who it's not going to be. I do not think any of the... Okay, so Caminero, Chisholm, and Wood are gone, and then Cruz is gone. It could be Acuna, Buxton, Raleigh, and Brent Rooker. I think I'm going to take Brent Rooker out for now. Those are my top three right there. Acuna, Buxton, and Cal Raleigh. I'm just kind of tied up. Should I just do Buck? I'm going to do Buck. I'm doing Buxton. I submit it. Who's going to take second place? That's going to be Cal Raleigh taking second place. Oh, whoa. I don't need to see that, bro. I didn't know you could do that. But, yeah, Cal Raleigh. Who will hit the longest home run? Cal Raleigh. Byron Buxton, dude. Wait. So Cal Raleigh versus Byron Buxton. That could be actually sick. That could actually be sick. Oh, my gosh. Who's going to hit the longest? Why do I think it's going to be one of these guys? I don't think it's actually... I'm going to think it's going to be Buxton. He hit the longest home run on the list. Actually, hold on. I'm going to switch it to Acuna. Who will have the most home run? Isn't that winner? I think Buck has them. Actually, no. We're going to say Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh has the most home runs but loses in the final to Byron Buxton. What will the distance in feet of the longest What will be the distance in feet of the longest home run? Hold on. Let me do some research quick. They're in Truist Park. Truist Park dimensions. There we go. I don't know how big Truist Park is. 335 feet to left field, 400 to center, so it's 325 to right field. It's about target field. I'm going 406.7 feet tall. How many home runs will be hit in the entire home run derby? I'm going to do a quick Google search. How many home runs were hit in the 2024 home run derby? Dude, how many... Yeah, hold on. Wait, what the heck? Dude. There were 341 home runs in the home run derby. Okay, I'm going to up that. I think there's more power. I think we're going to do 306.7. 306.7 home runs will be hit in the entire T-Mobile home run derby. How many home runs will the winning player hit in the entire home run derby? How many home runs will Byron Buxton hit? Well, Vlad Guerrero Jr. won it last year. How many home runs did Vlad Guerrero Jr. hit in the Derby? He hit 72, but that was in 2023. Whatever. Okay. So we're about like 60 home runs. Should I just do it? I'm going to do it. Byron Buxton will hit 6-7. Will hit 6-7 home runs. 67 home runs in the entire Derby. I will fill that out later because, hold on. I confirm I'm a legal yeah, no. Dude, I already get those. Favorite team, y'all know who it is. It's the Twins. Yeah, I'm not going to do this on. Hold on, I'm going to do it. So, yeah, I'm not changing anything. Hold on. There we go. We can look at that. Hold on. What should we look at here? Here, while I fill that out, look at the home run leaders in the MLB right now. Because I thought it was very cool to see because we could have a new record. Guess what that record is as I fill out my information. It should be all autofill. Because it's just MLB. I have an account with them, so it should just be all with them. Yep. Date of birth. Brother, I don't care. I'm not putting my date of birth. I never put my date of birth, bro. Nobody cares about the date of birth. They just don't want to make sure you're too young. They just want to make sure you're not too young. It's like, I'm not too young, bro. I have an account. If I have an account, I'm not too young. So chill. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so. There we go. There's my favorite team. Submit picks. There we go. Here is our review. Who will take first place? Byron Buxton. Who will take second place? Cal Raleigh. Who will have the longest home run? Ronald Acuna Jr. Who will have the most home runs? Cal Raleigh. But not Byron Buxton? Interesting. What will be the distance in feet of the longest home run? 467 feet. How many home runs will be hit in the entire home run derby? 367. And then 6-7 will hit whatever. Watch the T-Mobile Home Run Derby and see if your predictions are correct. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you for entering. You're welcome. You're welcome for entering. I love it. I love it. There's the standings. We don't care about those standings for now, but we're going back to here. Okay, so Cal Raleigh has 36 home runs. This is before the All-Star game. Every team has about 3 games left. Friday, Saturday, Sunday before the All-Star break is. Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds. I know you can't really see it. Now you can see it. Most home runs before the All-Star break. Barry Bonds has 39. Cal Raleigh is already at 5. At 36. If he makes it a 40, he will be the leader. But guys, Aaron Judge, he can move up to the top 5, and so could Ohtani. That's just, I thought, a cool storyline to bring as we transition to our final segment of the day for this long form video, which is a Twins vibe check. So, let's get into it. As the Twins approach the All-Star break, they find themselves in a familiar spot, fighting for a wild card position. Yeah, unfortunately. Currently sitting a few games out of the playoff picture, this team has been a mixed bag of performances, or has had a mixed bag of performances. Let's conduct a full vibe check, if you will, on where this team stands mentally and mechanically. Are they trending up or down as the break arrives? I'm going to analyze their recent struggles and successes and give you my honest opinion on whether this Twins squad has what it takes to make a legitimate run at the playoffs this season. Let's start positive, though. The Twins have had some recent success to start July by going 5-4. Yeah, I know. But 4-2 on this most recent homestand. Of course, that will end this weekend with a 3-game set with the Pirates, not the Giants, the Pirates. A week-long All-Star break for most of the Twins players. No, it's actually not. It's 4 days. The All-Star break's 4 days. Then you go to Colorado. Oh, that should be easy. And then you go to L.A. to play the Dodgers. That's going to be fun. Cool. But I have really been impressed with the Twins' offense in this recent stretch as they've hit 11 home runs from July 4th to July 10th. In that span of time where they've gone 4-2. Yeah, they lost 4-1 here. 8-1, and then they lost 7-5. But that was an extra inning game, the 6th against Tampa. That could have been easily a sweep, and we could have been talking about a 5-1 stand, and it would have just been even better. I'm really, really liking this offense, and it's not just Buxton. They did lose when Buxton didn't play, but hey, guys, I'm expecting Nelly in the house. It's a Nelly post-game concert tonight. And then you got a Byron Buxton bobblehead with sound this week and a Barbie game day. It's a full pack. Make your way to Target Field if you want. I feel like there's going to be some good stuff there. There's a lot of giveaways. Cool. But yeah, I'm really liking how the Twins are playing. And their pitching has been solid too. If you guys wanted to see, it's the 95th All-Star game from Atlanta. Guys, these tickets, I swear, they are so expensive for the All-Star game. The cheapest ticket here on Ticketmaster here. Ready? Are you ready? $221. And look, it's standing room only. This is not a seat for $220. Who the heck would spend that much money for almost $500 for 2 tickets of standing room only? It's stupid. It's an all-star game. It's not even count. It doesn't even count. It's not even a World Series game. Can you imagine World Series games? Well, I can. Because I've seen those prices. But yeah. Let's see. So the vibe check's good. I'm really happy with what the Twins have been putting together these last couple of but I've been really impressed with what they've been doing. And I think they have the option to make the playoffs at this moment of time. Let me show you what I mean. Sure, they stand they've played one less game than the Royals. That's why the Royals are above them, but they should be right here. They're not going to catch the Tigers. The Tigers are very good this year. It's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. You're chasing the Red Sox. You are 4 games back. If you win tonight, who are the Red Sox playing? They're playing Tampa. Yeah, if Tampa wins, Tampa is tied. So if either of those teams lose, one of them's going to lose. I'd rather have the Red Sox lose. They become 50-46. And the Twins win, and like some of these teams lose, like you're not that far. Yes, I know there's a lot of teams in here, but guys, once you come to August, it's going to go. It's going to go down. White Sox, Athletics, Orioles, and Guardians. I mean, all of these teams except the Athletics and White Sox are still in. I could see the Orioles make a huge comeback. But I'm telling you, it's kind of early. There's still about 2 months left. And I'm saying I'm really happy with what the Twinkies are doing right now. And yeah, let's just give you a quick what's going on. a quick prediction. No, not there. My bad. I think you could take easily 2 out of 3 from the. I think 2 out of 3 from the Pirates is not bad. They are 38 and 56. Paul Skeens is on the mound, so they're going to give us a little problems. But yeah, I think we go. I'm gonna give them a sweep. I'm going 3-0. Then you sweep Colorado. You go 6-0. Then you play the Dodgers and you go 1-2. You get one game with the Dodgers, which is okay. So 7-2. Washington. I'm gonna say we actually no. They're gonna get swept. They're gonna get swept by the Dodgers, and then that leaves room for like a loss to Pittsburgh or a loss to Colorado. So 6-3 by 2 Thursdays from now. Then Washington, you sweep. It's at home. You sweep. So 10-3, and you go 2 out of 3. So 12. 12-4 to close out, and this is at the deadline then. 12-4. I'm trying to do math. 57 and 48. You're well on your way to being a wild card team. And I think that's what we might do. And like maybe we steal in a win from the Dodgers. It's just a really easy schedule. Oh shoot, guys. I'm sorry. MLB. I'm just trying to get some odds for you guys. So if they go, where are the Twins on this? There we go. So 12-4 in their next 16 games to close out the deadline. Yeah, it's week 17 out of 28 for the MLB season. It's kind of cool. But the Twins right now have a 9% chance, a 20% chance to make the playoffs, which is better than none. Hold on. I want the what if scenarios. Here we go. So say you win. Here, let's just do a quick little rest of the schedule. So 12-4. Then you take 2 out of 3 from Cleveland. So you go 14-5. 14-5. Does that sound like we could do that? I'm just getting these. Yeah, 14-5. I'm just kind of slowly writing these stuff down, just so I don't forget. 14-5. You take 1 out of 3 from Detroit. 15-7. Kansas City, you sweep them. No, we're going to say 2 out of 3. 17-8. The Yankees, you take 1 out of 3, I think. The Yankees are good. They've been falling a little bit. You're now 18-10. Then you split. It's a 4-game set with the Tigers. You split that. You go now 20-12. Still 8 games over 500. But you see who's coming to town. The A's are coming to town, and you sweep them 23-12. Then you go to Chicago to play the White Sox. You sweep them because you have to. You have to sweep them. You win. You're now 26-12 from today's date. Toronto, you take 2 out of 3. 28-13. And then a final set with the Padres to go to September. We're going to take, I'll go 1 out of 3. 29-15, which is still, guys, it's still pretty good. The final month of the season, The White Sox are here for 4. As much as I want to say we sweep them, I'm going to go 4 wins. We get 33 wins, 16 losses from today's date. Kansas City, you take 2 out of 3. In Kansas City, you go 35. And guys, remember Pablo and stuff. All these injuries are going to come back. I said we win. We win 1. Yep. Take 2 out of 3 from the Angels. I'm trying to play a little conservative. Okay, Arizona, we take 1. We take 1 out of 3. I'm okay with that. I actually make that 2 out of 6. So 39 and 24. Then Cleveland, you get the 4 games because there's 1 makeup. I'm going to say you take 3 out of 1 from there. And you go 42 and 25. I mean, you're looking at a whole different team. To close out the stretch, you have Texas. You go 1 out of 3 with Texas. And then Philly, you go 1 out of 3 as well. 44 and 29. So you win 44. That's 64% of your games here. And you have a 2% chance to not make the playoffs, meaning a 98% chance to make the playoffs if things stay where it is. And I'm saying you could even go a little worse than that. You could, to have a 94% chance to make the playoffs, you could win 43 out of your 69 remaining games. You could even have like almost a 70% chance to get one of the wild card spots and only win about 40 games. So this first half of the season was very tough. There's a lot of easy games. And I'm saying, guys, Twins, we might be seeing you in the postseason with healthy teams. Please make some deals at the deadline. Get stronger. Maybe trade Correa. Trade Correa for some stuff. Some more pitching or something. I'm okay with that. We got some good infield. Correa can go try to win somewhere, maybe in the NL. We don't want to have him in the AL. This is very doable, and that's why I'm telling you, I'm so excited for this. You know what I'm also excited for? I'm excited for you to hit that subscribe button. So if you aren't already, please hit that subscribe button. It is one button. It's not that hard at all. One thing before we go, probable pitchers are Paul Skeens against Joe Ryan, 2 all-stars, and we also have the lineups. Here's Pittsburgh starting lineup. You got Tommy Pham, Andrew McCutchen, Brian Reynolds, Nick Gonzalez, Onel Cruz, Ke'Bryan Hayes, Spencer Horwitz, Henry Davis, and Isaiah Connor for Leffa. Then for the Minnesota Twins, leading off in center field, it's Byron Buxton. Batting second in left field, it's the switch hitting Willie Castro. The DH for tonight and batting third is Trevor Larnach. Carlos Correa bats cleanup and is going to be playing shortstop. At second base, Brooks Lee batting fifth. Wallner bats sixth, playing in right field. Royce Lewis bats seventh, playing third base. Clemens plays first as he bats eighth, and batting ninth is the catcher Christian Vasquez. Obviously, those 2 all-stars on the mound. It should be an excellent pitching duel, hopefully. You see Skeens has a lower ERA, but a worse record just because his team is worse than the Timberwolves. But thank you for watching this edition of Inside the Zone with Matteo. I'm glad you chose to spend about an hour of your time listening. I would really love it if you would give me some information in the form I send out every week. And just, have a blessed day, everybody. I'm going to be dropping some daily recaps, probably over the weekend and maybe throughout the All-Star game. Maybe I'll do a special edition of the show holding myself accountable for some of those home run derby picks, obviously, as I submitted them to MLB.com. But thank you for watching Inside the Zone with Matteo. I'm Matteo, signing off. Have a blessed day, and enjoy your weekend. Peace.